Hi everyone, Andrew here again, out and about around Lao Cai here in Vietnam. Just testing out the dual camera function in the Filmic app that I've got here. Not used it for a long time, but it's great that you can actually film from two cameras at the same time, being able to show you my face, and also what I get to see at the same time. I think is an awesome function. I believe a lot of the camera apps now have that functionality built into them. But this is the one that I used originally and still like. It's very simple to use. I'm just using 30 frames per second in standard HD or 1080p as it is, and it's just nice to be able to do both things at exactly the same time. Getting towards the end of the day, it's starting to get dark soon. What time is it now? Let me just double check my watch. It's 5:45, so it'll be dark very, very soon, I'm sure. But nice just to be able to show you again where I'm out and about walking, and also test out this app again. I used to use this quite a lot in my videos back in EPGA when I was in Vietnam and I was walking around Eco Park, and I think it's a great way to be able to do two things at the same time. Obviously get to see myself on the screen, but also see what I'm seeing. I think it's pretty cool. And it's still a very, very relevant app. I still enjoy using it, although I've not used it for quite a long time. I left the DJI Pocket 2 at home today. I thought I would just mess about with my phone. I'm not messing about with any settings. There are no real settings in this app. Everything's being done auto correcting, auto focus, auto everything, exposure, whatever. Just wanted to do a video where it captures both my view of what I'm seeing, but also you guys get to see as well, and at the same time get to see what I get to see. I've got my earpods plugged in, so it's recording the audio from that. It's quite a good microphone actually built into the earpods, so it's quite a useful one. Obviously, if you ever use the wireless Bluetooth headsets like AirPods Pro, they do record audio, but not in the standard video app. You have to actually set it as a Bluetooth microphone, but you can only use it in these separate third-party apps. And the quality is really not good. As a Bluetooth headphones, they're really restricted to the quality that they can provide. And that, as I've said before, is not an Apple issue. It's an issue with the restrictions built into the Bluetooth technology, and perhaps that standard needs to change in the future. I don't know how they'll do that, but the wired cable providing, I think, a much better audio experience. Walking about with the microphone this way is pretty cool. Just enjoying walking, getting the steps in. It's March now. Like I say, my last month wasn't particularly great in terms of step numbers, but I did achieve my goal of an average of over 10,000 steps per day. And unfortunately, I've started March off to a little bit of a slow start. Yesterday, I only got 8,500, and I'm really keen to get over that 10,000 today and make sure that I'm still on target to achieve that until I get myself a bicycle and can actually start doing some decent cardio. I don't like running, unfortunately. I do like riding a bike, so once I get myself a bike, I can get out and about and see the sights in a different way, and maybe get out a little bit further, do some more of these videos in different areas around where I'm living. At the moment, it's just the streets and the areas around Lao Cai Centre and the hotel where I'm living, and maybe up to sort of 4 or 5 kilometres away from their area. But it'd be nice to do some filming in different areas so you can see what I'm getting to see. Vietnam really is a lovely country, lots to see, lots to do, and this is just one city town within Vietnam, and I'm just struggling how to hold the camera because I don't want to hold it and cover up my camera lens, because I'm obviously filming myself at the same time, and I'm trying to find the right balance here. In the past, I used to use the gimbal when I was doing the dual camera mode, but obviously I've not brought my gimbal out with me, and I'm having a few challenges with the gimbal. The weight of the phone is quite heavy, and it doesn't really work particularly well. It bobbles about too much, and it tries to recorrect itself and calibrate itself, and then causes even more judders. So I've not really been using the gimbal one day I'd like to perhaps replace that gimbal with a more recent version of the DJI one. They've got a magnetic version that works very well with the heavier phones now. So yeah, just enjoying this walk, and as I walk back towards the hotel, it's starting to get dark, and I've just enjoyed an afternoon of walking around and about, listening to podcasts. I'm listening to some tech podcasts at the moment. Obviously there's a lot of things going on in the world of Apple with the release of the what was it called, the Vision Pro headset, and March quite often they have a tech reveal or some new products from Apple coming along, and I believe maybe it's going to be the updates to the Apple iPads. Actually last year was the only year since they launched the iPad that they have not released a new version of any of the iPads. I'd be interested to see what they update, and I think the talk is they're looking at updating the iPad mini and the iPad Pros and pretty much the whole range. I'd love to see the iPad mini actually get a better screen refresh rate. It's a great device. It works with the Apple Pencil 2. It's got the USB-C. It's a really handy device for consuming I suppose media like reading and news, and even just watching some videos, etc., playing some games, making notes if you're in a meeting, or ideas if you want to use the freeform app, etc. But the refresh rate and the general quality of the screen is not great, so it'd be nice if they upgrade that. And then moving into the, I suppose if they put a better processor, maybe the M2 into that one, and then maybe the M3 processor into the iPad Pro range would be fantastic. I've got an iPad Pro as well as an iPad mini, but my iPad Pro is from 2018. Still handles everything really, really well, but I imagine if it's got an M3 processor in there, it's going to be even better. But generally speaking, the issues with the iPads are not so much the processor, it's the software, it's the iOS being, I suppose, I'd love it to be as good as the operating system of the MacBook, where you can really do some proper multitasking and actually get some desktop quality apps. The Microsoft Office apps are not quite as good as the desktop versions. They're pretty good, but they're not as good. And if they've got the M3 in there and they've got the same sort of architecture as the MacBooks, I don't see why they can't make better versions. But that's down to the software developers, not actually down to Apple. Apple's own first-party products are pretty good, Pages and Numbers, etc., but they're just not an industry standard. Certainly not used very much in my industry, and it's Excel and Word that tends to be the majorly used ones. So yeah, I'm just interested to see what that new release brings. Possibly a new Apple Pencil, talking about a Pro moniker, so an Apple Pencil Pro. Not sure what they can add to that to make it more pro than the current one. Just obviously better latency, I suppose, and maybe some different tips they're talking about in terms of changing out the tips. I'm sure they'll come up with some great ideas. But all of this at the moment is speculation based on rumours until Apple actually come on stage and say this is what we're launching. And still at this moment we don't even know there's going to be a launch event at all. It's just quite common they have one in March, and with the lack of Apple iPads last year, it's very likely they're going to release something this year. There's talk about larger 12.9 screen in the basic or in the mid-range iPad Air, and there's also talk of a even larger 16-inch in the iPad Pro, but I really can't see the 16-inch, to be honest. It would be nice. Be very much like a desktop version, very hard to handle in terms of in your hand or your lap as such, but it'd be good to use it on the desktop. And I can imagine that if they make a larger version, it'll be quite popular, especially if they change to the better technology in the screen as well. But yeah, there we go. I'm going to leave you all to it, guys. I'm going to carry on with my walk. I've got plenty of steps to go yet. I just wanted to give you a quick update. And remember those 3 key mottos: get up, get out, and get it done. Do something today to improve your tomorrows, and what can be measured can be improved. Stay safe, stay awesome. See you again soon for another awesome update.